Okay. Let's check sound real quick before we jump into the game. Everything looks good over here. I am in the red quite a bit, but I don't know if that's a bad thing because it sounds okay on my end. You guys let me know. I think that's good with my lights. Cool. Captain Nuki, what's up? Good sound over here. Good, awesome. Teagues, thanks for that. Chrono Deviants. You'll notice that the follows, the sub, all of the commands that normally have a sound play, but also something to show up on the screen, they are going to show up. We have a new overlay tonight, but there's not going to be any sound. So, Kelly, good to see you. Hello. Varys, I'm sorry I missed you there. Thank you for being here. First, I just joined Varys's Westmarch's Discord. I'm interested to kind of poke around there and look around and see if I can do something about that. You're burning from chicken wings. Well, I don't know. That sounds like a good burn to me. 15 days before moving. Ooh, ooh. I am contemplating moving in 2 years. We are going to jump into the game here in a minute. So when that happens, we kind of are not able to interact with chat too much. So for those of you who are here, who are around, if you find somebody, if you stick around, you're watching the game and you're enjoying it, and you see some new people come in, or maybe we have a raid or something, if you want to go ahead and hit !DnD, so that way it brings up that explanation, and everybody will be able to enjoy and understand why I'm not interacting with them. There shouldn't be any sounds going off, but there will be some notifications show up on the side. I will try to take care of those at break or at the end. But I'm very excited to have you all here and coming back after a 3-week hiatus. 1 week I was sick, and 2 weeks we had like some folks that weren't able to make it. So and I'm off next week. So this is the only game for 4 weeks, and then after I come back from vacation, we'll be back on track, and we'll be back every week as far as I know. Might have a couple changes in schedule depending on the players. But yeah, so sorry, Tweeting, just wanted to say hi. I appreciate that. Thank you. And if you guys gotta go, I appreciate you just stopping by and saying hi, and you know, kind of just bringing eyes to the stream. Right now, I don't have a schedule, and I only stream on Fridays doing D&D. Whenever we are normally this is our normal time, so 6 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, so pretty excited to get back to it. Got a lot of things planned. We'll do a recap, and then we'll get into the game. Very excited when I snooped and saw that you hit the reaction for West. Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, because I just poked around in Core's chat or Discord for a minute, and saw that, and I was like, you know what? I've never played Pathfinder. Maybe this is the opportunity I'm looking for. So, well, had a bright idea to cool it down with some Red Bull. Ooh, that does feel like something that might sting a little bit. I don't know. That seems like a bad idea. But you know what? You're gonna be up and at 'em for a little bit of time. So hopefully you got some something that is productive to do. All right, are we ready to jump into the game? I think the players have been sitting here waiting for me. We're 30 minutes past time. I had some technical issues with my audio, and you guys are saying that everything's good on your end, so we're going to jump into the game. We will do a recap, but they are in the middle of having some things revealed to them through a magic mirror that is going to bring some of their memories back. Varys, spoiler alert, this takes place in your same universe that game we were in prior, that who knows when that'll get going again, is taking place. Maybe it's a different reality, maybe not, who's to say. Anyway, I'm going to jump over there and let's introduce everybody, and we will get the game underway. Sound good? Cool.
Man, that is a good one. I forgot about that one.
Well, hello.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
What's up, kids? Long time no talk. See. It's only been like 5 minutes. But before that,
New overlay.
new overlay hype. Yes, it's working.
It looks so clean.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty proud of it. I'm pretty happy about it. I think that looks pretty cool. Gonna add a little bit of value, a little bit of a visual interest for people who are coming in and hanging out, and also for you guys who are watching. And you'll notice the Chrono Deviants. Oh, we need to update that. You'll also notice that I did make an adjustment to the Twitch sub goal. So if for those watching, for every sub that comes through, they gain something called Chrono Deviants. They are living in a world that they stepped into from a previous alternate reality that was destroyed by them leaving it. In doing so, they've had memories start to bleed over, but from that world to this world as they've lived here for about 5 years, and this is where we brought this campaign started off with. So they didn't have a memory, they kind of lost their memories from the previous alternate reality and have just been living their life. So they've got slightly different backgrounds, living their life in a less post-apocalyptic version of their world. But whenever they hit certain milestones or certain things happen, or they roll for above their threshold that I had them at the beginning of the game do, they get a memory that is unlocked, or they can use Chrono Deviants to unlock this once it reaches a certain point. It also does other things like give them advantage on rolls and a lot of other goodies that they can decide to use or not. But when you do that, the number goes up, and we had Teague gave us a Prime sub. So let's do that. Did it go up? 29? We're at 20. You're almost at 30 right now.
Ooh, hot.
So, would anyone like to attempt to do the recap? I can do it. It's not a problem. I know it's been 3 weeks or so.
I can try.
Okay. And then I can fill in the blanks. That sounds good to me.
Yeah. To my knowledge, we were in the infirmary. I hugged Merida for healing Scully, and then Gulch and Merida are basically trying to heal everyone else. Doc, Oh, okay. Doc, Master McMurray said that we have $10,000 to pay in doc fees. They did find Sarah, and Mira's trying to heal her by like making healing potions and rubbing it on her feet because she's a halfling.
Correct.
Jonathan got burned, and Gulch is carrying him in a bunch of glass vials.
I forgot about that.
No one else knows. No one else knows, though.
That's right.
The grandfather and I and Mira cut a deal that we have 2 weeks to find a warrior and not pay the docking fees.
Right. Okay.
We're now in the tavern to meet Kendall, the meeting's supposed to be at 12 a.m. We meet a younger version of Baba Sulfra, aka Mistress Sky. And now we have to look into a mirror and we have to describe what we see.
All right. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good recap. Yes.
I would like to clarify.
Please do.
I was cremating Jonathan.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
You
Yeah,
made
I
it
know,
like, just
there
throw
was
him
a
in
ceremony.
threw him in a
burned
jar.
him. Yeah. I just got burned because I was really quick with it. But
Well, he was pre-burned from.
He was.
He was already to be fair, toasty.
And I found a brass toilet pan and brought Winston back.
Oh, that's right as well.
Forgot about that too. Yeah.
You had lost him by sending him through the door in the tavern that was apparently protected by magic. He's a familiar that you can call, and so he disappeared. You had to spend a little bit of time and effort to bring him back. He is now back. Yes, you cremated when Jonathan, your helper from the Librarius Arcanum that you work for. They were sent to help you. He kind of went along with you on this journey as he was looking for you. You're a long way from home. You were in Hoblock. You were to be stationed there. All of you had different reasons for going there, and you find yourself in Trigant, which is on Darkbrag, a continent to the southeast. You are in a meeting that kind of just took place. Mistress Sky seemed to recognize you and to almost understand what may be happening to you, and offered you a glimpse into a mirror that seems to have some sort of magical abilities to show you things that are unknown to even her, but in the hopes of possibly bringing back maybe memories or something to help jog your minds back into the right space so that she can kind of reminisce, maybe talk about the old times, try to figure out things, see how much she can trust you, because right now she doesn't quite understand like why you don't remember things. But it seems that maybe this is something that has happened to her, and she now is in a place of power. And also when you walked in, Kendall brought you there, and you were greeted to the grotesque visual of what seemed to be an embrace with Baz, but apparently was being fed upon by Sky, Mistress Sky, who is lovingly referred to as the mistress of the Silver Lining, which is an underground group that seems to run things in this area. There doesn't seem to be a body of leadership. There just seems to be kind of order among thieves and underlings and the like, but the Silver Lining seems to carry a lot of weight and power in this city, kind of like an underground authority. These are the things that you figured out from your discussions and talking about things, and we will pick up at the mirrors. So let's get over there. So, where's... Oh, Sky's right there. I forgot where Sky was at. Sky's right there. Sky orders the underling to, after dismissing Baz, to remove the curtain that was draped over this mirror. And let me make sure that chat can see this. Yeah, okay. Why don't you guys roll for initiative to see who goes first? Gulch. It's like, oh, looking real good. We don't need like a tracker right now because that's fine. Okay, so Gulch, Mirda, and Inra.
Gulch, yeah.
Which is great. That's exactly how I wanted it. So, what I've tasked you with is to come up with a vision that you would see, and you are in control of your possible future with this telling of what you see in the mirror. I'm going to let you guys go first and tell your mirror vision, and then I'm going to add to, elaborate, and expand upon, and perhaps introduce new things afterwards. So we will go in that order. It'll be Gulch, Mirda, then Inra. Gulch. As you are first, you are you approach the mirror and you see yourself in it and all around you. Do a perception check for me, please. Everything seems as it appears. This is a mirror. The mistress walks up behind you and says, touch the mirror and let it tell you thoughts of a past, present, and future. And she waits for you to put your hand up.
Look back at her, look forward, and then reach out to touch the mirror.
As you do, nothing appears to be strange. Once you make contact with the mirror, you start to see yourself in the mirror slightly change, almost like a glimmer shines over you, and multiple times you see yourself cycle through different visual representations of yourself. And when it stops, what does it look like?
Sorry, are you asking what Gulch looks
what do you
like?
look like?
What's the vision?
What do you look like? And then you can go into as you journey into the vision. What do you look like? And then you connect with it. That's how this is going to go down.
Okay. So Gulch has a bit of a little messy head. His hair's not as cleanly kept as he normally has it. He's got his vest on, his sleeves rolled up, but his coat is nowhere to be found. He's got Winston around his shoulders, and he's holding a book, flipping through pages. Do you want me to keep going with what I see in the vision?
Yeah. Tell me about your vision. Like what takes place? I'll add to it as we get to my turn.
So it starts off a little fuzzy, and then as I keep staring, it clears a little bit, and it looks like Gulch is back in the library, reading through some of his books. You can't really hear because it's a mirror, but you can see a deer in the background, giving some sass, indicated by Gulch rolling his eyes every time a deer comes by. And then Gulch suddenly stops, puts down his book, and looks with a big smile as you see the girl from the library or the bookstore across the street come in with a box of brisket to come in to share with everybody in the library. And Gulch starts to realize, hey, there could be a future here beyond books. Make actual human-ish connections, people connections.
Did you say who this was?
The girl from the bookstore across the street.
Did you remember her name? She did give it to you.
Brio.
Yeah.
And she comes over, gives Gulch a hug, displays the brisket and various meats on one of the desks, which immediately makes Winston extremely happy and jump down and starts eating. He loves brisket.
What is this?
Adir does not seem to understand what this brisket situation is about.
Yeah, it's okay. He doesn't need to know. And, instead of being glued into his books like he normally is, he's set his book aside and laughing, smiling, having a conversation with Brio.
Okay.
And seeing more of a, hey, I don't always have to be connected to books. That's your
vision. You see this this relationship kind of forming with this person. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get to how this resolves when you get away from the mirror whenever I get to mine. But Mirda, you see that Gulch has his hand up onto the mirror, and as he is having his whatever experience, you see him become totally still. You too, Inra. And you see him come become calm, and his eyes kind of glaze over with white. And you notice different facial features start to, like expressions start to come over him. First, a grimace, maybe a little bit of disdain, and then a smile. And then you see his mouth move almost as if he's chewing something in his mouth. And then you see him smile again, bigger and bigger. And it seems like the longer he's there, the more he smiles. He's there for a good long time. And Mr. Sky says, just a moment now. And the mirror goes slate black. But Gulch does not move. His hand is still placed upon it. She looks, says, "Who's next?" Apparently, he has made his connection.
Oh. I'll go next.
Okay. Just step forward and place your hand, much like he did. Do you do that?
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, so you walk up to the mirror. It's black, like it's like a dark glass obsidian type looking mirror versus the silvered mirror that you saw earlier. And as you place your hand up onto it, the shadowy figure becomes lightened and the mirror becomes silvered again, and you see yourself, and the same thing kind of happens to you as only you see this. Like Inra, you wouldn't see this, and you didn't see this with Gulch, but the cycles of your features, like it's cycling through a different version of yourself. And when it lands, what do you look like?
When it lands, I'm dressed in ceremonial serpent of the sisterhood garb, like traditional robes.
Okay.
But they're tattered, and I look tired. Oh. And so as I look into the mirror, at first I see a world that's completely unrecognizable. Villages are burned, towns are vacant, forests are reduced to ash. Looking around this desolate plain, something is limping towards me through the smoke. Covered in dirt and ash, as it approaches, I recognize its Finn as his strength gives way in front of me. I catch him in my arms, and he utters the phrase, heeds the words of the Watcher, look to the stars for answers. As I peer through the mirror, I look towards the sky, and I see something in the distance. Something is coming.
I'm debating whether to... I'll do this later. It's fine. Okay, so you have this kind of apocalyptic vision, and the world is burning around you. And Inra, you notice that there may be some reactions coming from Mirda that are concerning. The facial expressions are that of possibly fear. Whether or not she was expressing that during the vision, the mind on this side is kind of terrified of what they see, and then saddened, and maybe a tear kind of runs down the cheek as she's holding her, what is her friend, in the vision. And there's just enough space between the two of them, and Mr. Sky says, or well, actually, here, I'm going to move you. There you go. Mr. Sky kind of motions to you and says, all right, your turn. As it has turned completely white instead of black this time. It's almost like a porcelain. So you can kind of see a reflection, and you see like the light bouncing off of the room from the braziers and the candles and things that are around the room. You kind of see like colored light, but you can tell that this is some sort of a polished porcelain approximation of a mirror instead of the silvered or the black that you saw.
Okay. I'll walk up to Mirda. Mirda, are you all right?
She has no response. She's completely stiff, and she is within her moment. And Sky kind of nods to you and tells you as much.
All right.
Place your hand.
Okay. I'll place my hand on the mirror.
Okay. As you place your hand on the mirror, similar thing happens. It becomes mirrored again. You see yourself touching the mirror, everything around in the room. Make me a perception check. Mirda, I need you to make me a perception check as well. I forgot to have you do that.
Perception. Where are you? It's been so long.
Enra, the same. Enra, it looks
Great.
like everything in the room looks exactly the same.
Cool.
Mirda, just to back up, you notice as you make contact with the mirror that as the cycles are going through, you notice that Sky behind you, Mistress Sky, as one of those happens, and whenever you make contact with your vision, you notice just before you jump into it and are pulled onto that other side mentally, you see that Mistress Sky looks like Baba from before. Old and weathered and beaten down and tired. And you have a memory that tells you without too many details that she's not supposed to be here. She's dead. You lost her somehow. She's not, that doesn't feel right. Now, back to Enra. Enra, you meet your vision, and as it zoo, what do you look like when it lands?
I'm in just my normal pirating clothes, nothing crazy. In front of me, there's just a really lush forest with flowers and such and everything. In the vision, this seems to be like in a first-person type of view. And I hold out my hand and I look down, and there is a circle, like a circle, and it's made out of wood. There's one really tiny flower at the end of the circle, and it's sparkling like I would assume it's enchanted. And then it gets really blurry and mushy, and then it turns into another vision.
Before that vision, real quick, so that because there's some, this would probably get at Tim to since you're last anyway. You notice there are words written on that in a language that you speak, and it says never to die, never to rot, never to fall, but for family we've got. And then you fade out into your next one. Go ahead.
Oh, it's cute. Okay. It gets all mushy in the mirror, all clouded and such. The next one there's so really quick thing. When I was typing this to you, Lunch, I put that I'm sitting in a bush, but
Yep.
I accidentally wrote that I'm shitting in a bush, and I didn't notice until just now.
I have that in my notes. I have
I
cuts
wasn't.
to him squatting and a foul stench wafts up. He's taking a shit.
I meant sitting, and I didn't notice it until just now.
You play it however you want, bro. But it
I
seemed
prefer
on
Lunch's
brand, so I was
version.
like, yes, this is fine. This works.
All right,
That's
we'll stick with it.
funny.
Shitting in a bush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Waiting for something. It looks like it's a very green forest. I get like it seems like someone casted message in my head, and I hear we're in position.
The voice
So
that
it
you
seems
hear,
like I'm waiting.
the voice
Yeah.
you hear is that of Kel, the fighter
Oh,
that died.
okay, cool. Yeah,
Continue.
yeah. Okay. So Kel, since the spell message,
Yeah.
we're in position. It seems like we're waiting for some sort of ambush. So I guess I just, wipe myself with bark and pull up my pants. And I'm waiting in the bush. And as soon as I see movement in bushes way across, I fire. And I hear this agonizing pain. Far camera shot, birds are flying out of the forest, like out of the trees. And I rush up to the sound. All I hear is a bunch of cursing. Since it's a mirror, I don't know what kind of curse words are being said. I run to the source of the sound. Did you want to say something, Lynch?
I was going to say, you can ask.
Huh?
You can ask.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I run to the source of the sound. It turns out it's Gulch. And I've pinned him to the tree with an arrow in his other hand that I have not previously shot.
I would like to say that before you said that, I put in the
I saw
chat,
that.
I swear to God, if you shot Gulch again.
Yeah,
It's so good. But continue.
All right. He gets all mushy. Just wishes around the on the mirror, and there's one last memory apparently. It's TMI aborting another airship.
That is the name of your group.
Yeah, TMI.
Those who forgot.
The minor inconveniences are being a very minor inconvenience for this other pirate ship that we've invaded.
Mm-hmm. Which is in the air, by the way.
Yes, it's an airship. Someone uses a spell, and it gets Merida somehow pushed off the edge of the ship. I realize it, and I run towards her, and I have a grappling hook. And I hook the grappling hook to the edge of the ship and tie the other end to my waist. And I'm putting it, I tied to the end of my waist quickly because I'm a sailor and I'm good at knots. And I swan dive after her. Yeah, as I'm diving off. So there's a far camera shot of me diving after Merida, and she's falling, having her hand reached out and having my hand reached out, and then the vision ends.
And as the vision ends, as you're reaching out for the hand, you hear the words again, but not in your head, but from Merida's voice. Never to fall, but for family we've got. In your head.
Got it. I gotta write that down. I'm gonna forget.
And you put the two together, and you notice that the ring that you have is written, the words that are written on it is in Druidic. Some sort of script that is there. So maybe it's, who knows what it's for, where it came from, but Merida obviously has a connection to it. So as you're all kind of, as you fade to black, let me make sure that this is prepped. As it fades to black, each of your visions, as they fade to black, you find yourself awake in this familiar place that, if you give me a second, I'll get you there. And for a couple of seconds, but not enough time for you to get, like, enough time for you to see and take in what's going on, but not enough time to react or talk or say anything to the others. But each of you have lock eyes, and you notice that you're in this space where there is this circle of floating runes about you. You see the mirror to the side of you. You see that Merida has their hand on it, but there is this small light colored fox-like creature that is at her feet, but looks very much alive. And immediately you're all taken back and you're fade to black. And the black from Mirda first. Becomes clear again as you don't wake up. You feel like you're in another, like you're watching this happen from your own perspective. And you look down and you look around and you can feel things. You can feel the heat. You can feel the smell of the room, the slight musty, dusty scent of freshly unearthed vegetables in the kitchen. You smell the smoke, slight smoke from the fire. You smell maybe a stew cooking in a pot close by. You look down in your hands and you notice that there is a bundle of something, but feels very much like you're holding a child. And to your left is Inra. You seem to be distraught with something. You have this overwhelming worry for the future and what it brings for this child. And you understand then that it's not your child, it's a child of the forest that was given to you. This is what you remember and was entrusted to you to protect. You have a skylight overhead and you look up above and you see this comet streaking across the sky, much closer now than you did when you were at the ceremony for the Sisterhood of the Serpent. You feel it brings death. And you know that the people mistake it for an omen of goodwill from Auril, but it is not. You realize the child's not yours, but you still are worried for the care of this child. You were meant to protect it, and you feel that there's a hopelessness that fills you because you don't know if you can. You don't know what its purpose is. You haven't unlocked these things yet. This is the memory that you're given. Inra kind of comes up and kind of gives you a half hug and tries to give you words of comfort. Inra, what do you say?
Really putting me on the spot here.
I am. You can say nothing. But just remember that the future depends on it.
No pressure, of course. Mira, it's all right. We can. So I need you to know that you're not alone in this expedition. You have me. And you got Gulch downstairs in the kitchen making us food, of course.
Mirda, how do you respond to that? If you do at all.
I'll say never to fall, but for family we've got.
And with that, you hand the child to Inra. And you notice as you hand it to Inra and you're kind of keeping it covered, that the skin does not look like human or elf or dragonborn even. It seems to be made of bark, some sort of child made of wood, but is very much alive and moves. and you hand it to Inra. Inra takes it, and you walk to the doorway. Help if I got on the right screen here.
Here?
Yeah. No, Mirda does. Mirda walks to the doorway.
Oh, okay.
You can walk with her. It's fine. So you guys walk to the doorway. I don't know if Mirda can even grab that. God dang it. I can't. I'm in the wrong. Here we go. Oh, because
The imposter.
The imposter is not there. So you walk to the doorway and you look at Inra, and you looked at the door, and you read an inscription above that is that it's an incantation that you're familiar with, and it means family, but it also opens doors. And as you incant that and you make symbols waving with your hand, you begin to open this portal. And you feel like there's something you have to do, but you don't want to. And the last thing you see is Inra holding this child as you walk to the door. You wake up. At the mirror where Mistress Sky is at. And you see the other two still touching the mirror. As it glows, that bright blue that you remembered walking through. Gulch. Let me get this on screen. Let me get my notes. Sorry, I'm trying not to cough. It's really hard. Gulch, you, before coming here, you have these like glimpses, instances of like memories, like small, really tiny instances from that moment that you kind of felt these feelings for Brio as she came in to feed you and kind of saw this future that you could possibly have. And you see things like holding hands. You have a memory of going to dinners. You have a memory of taking walks. You have a memory of bringing her home, kissing her on the cheek, her giving you a hug, and feeling like something grew out of this into a life together. She gives you an embrace as if she's off to work. And you have this moment where you blank out, and when you come to, she's releasing from you. And she says, "In every life, I've loved you. Only you. And in every life, I've lost you. One day we'll have forever. I've ensured that now. Until our stars are reborn and our memories are as one." She pulls away, and you see a knife in her hand. As she turns to walk towards this creature who is flanked by an approximation of Mirda and Inra. Mirda looks similar, but Inra seems to have gone down a very different path. None of his sailor garb is on his body, on his person. He seems to be adorned with much more magical, attuned items and cloth and clothing, and seems to be very put together and cleaned, which is not what you're used to. And in the middle, this creature that is larger than them, trying to get to it, you recognize and you know the name, but it's on the tip of your tongue and you can't quite say it. As Brio walks towards them and comes closer to them and kneels before them, and they pull this gigantic sword made of some sort of wood, and they hold a shield, and they seem to be a creature of the forest. And this is what you see. You recognize this as someone of importance in your life, but you're not sure how to make sense of it because you've never felt like you've seen this person before, this entity. As you kind of look around, you notice below you, there is a man who is on the ground, and he has a trail of blood that kind of passes you and goes out into the water. You're not sure if it's a lake or a river or the ocean. And as you look out into where the blood starts to mix with the water, you begin to see these bumps kind of make their way to the surface and pop up. And you start to see snouts form and faces and different varied colors, colored of scaled skin as the water drips down onto it, past them. And it looks like statues almost until you see eyes open upon them. And you see many iterations of the Dragonborn that you've come to know as Tor. Keep bouncing back and forth. Hold on. When you look at them, you connect with their mind. You feel this pull, this trigger in your brain, and you start to have memories unlock, and you start to remember the book that Tor had, and you realize, you understand everything about it, and you realize that there's pages missing of it, and it's a prophecy from a different world. It's from their world. Your old world. And in that realization, you turn, and only Zophie remains. So everything else on the screen is gone, just Zophie. They look down, and they're very androgynous, so you can't tell what form they are taking. And as you look down, you notice that the body of that man is gone, and you have a stab wound, and you were the one leaking out the blood from your side where you were embraced. A trail of blood reaches out into the water, and Zophie comes up upon you and places their hand on you and says, "Across the strands of time, I found you again. Now my avatar will take his place at my side, and my gifts I return to them." You realize that the book that you had, that you're having these memories of, are not the one from Tor. It's the history of the Zero War that you took from Cal. And that you remember distinctly having a copy of that, and it's from a world and a future that you somehow forgot about. You remember owning a copy of this book and sitting at this exact place and meeting this entity and them giving you and granting you powers of unimaginable proportions. And suddenly all of your magical abilities make sense again. And you feel like you have a better understanding of how they work. And you wake up. And you are in the room next to Myrna, facing the mistress. Enra is still touching the blue glowing now mirror. Let me get that on screen. I made that really big.
Space pirate.
What's that?
He's a space pirate.
It would seem so. All right. Inra, you kind of black out and awaken, and your vision is blurry. And as you come to, you notice that the air is thin and you can barely breathe. It's really hard to breathe. It's very cold. And there is this momentum that you feel kind of like yourself being attached to, but you're not sure how. It feels sort of like you're on a ship, but there's no wind. Your vision that's blurry, it returns, and you find yourself mostly in darkness, and you're standing on this portal that looks like a druid built it. It's got the same symbols around it that a druid has built. And you're on this giant gray rocky mass, and it's moving through. You can't explain it, but you see the stars all around you, and they're shifting and they're moving. And in the distance, you see a very large spherical object, almost like a pool of water that just seems to have a lot of weight behind it. You're whipping through this frictionless time heading towards it. You realize that you notice as it's turning that you recognize it like from a map, and it is the land masses that you have traversed around, and then some. And in clear as day, you see Darkrag, you see Hoke, you see the Southern Isles, and you see them as it's turning, and it makes no sense to you. You notice that there are two people next to you. One is Kel, the soldier that died in the arena, and the other looks like the man that you saw in the prison, who referred to himself as Tom Strongwall. They're each on a portal on this like tri-cornered doorway. And you all look around at each other, and Tom yells out, "Enra, it's time on 3." And as he focuses, you hear a familiar voice calling to your mind. "Do you see? The gods do not live among the stars. They fear them. Our memories are more powerful than their divinity, and they will break the very sky." And the name Rictavio resonates in your mind, as it seems that he is somehow connected to your mind and sent you this message across the stars. The ring of stars that you actually have it in this vision, and it starts to burn your hand the closer that you get to the planet. And it burns and it burns and it burns until you start to cry out. You fall to your knees, close your eyes to try to rip it away, and as you do, you wake up. And you are standing in front of the mistress. And you are all out of your visions. It takes you a minute to kind of get your bearings, figure out what's real, look around you. How do you react?
Really got to lay off the rum. How are you two?
I'll look over at Enra. And I'm just going to look him up and down. I think I prefer the pirate you.
What do you mean?
Don't worry about it.
Definitely worried about it now. Okay. Mira, you alright?
I think so.
It's not reassuring. Did we all see something from some sort of lifetime?
I surely hope so. That was the whole purpose. Mistress Sky says to you.
Mistress.
Yes.
What?
Do you remember me now?
No, I'm just assuming.
Damn it. No, it's okay. Continue.
Can I roll for memory?
Absolutely.
That's D100, right?
Yeah. And roll with advantage. So you get to roll 2.
Oh shit!
Remember.
You remember. Yes.
Do you remember?
You do.
Okay.
Now, I'll let you remember anything that you want from the campaign. If you can. I'll give you something if you can't remember anything.
I'm trying to think. I think Sky the one that was into Enra? We kissed at some point, right? I think we did.
I don't know. Team, did that happen? Do you remember that?
Mr. Sky is Baba Sciofra.
But, so you ran into this version.
Just like my mother.
That looks like...
Mr. Sky was the one that like got reincarnated in like one of the coffins.
turns have tabled.
Yeah, what the... I wasn't
Wait, didn't that
allowed to
happen?
his dad, but he can make out with my mom.
I feel like there was a little tension there that happened.
Wasn't that a thing, though? That was a thing,
I think it was a thing. Or you wanted to, at least you were talking about it. You remember that this was somebody that you met in a weird wizard's like office kind of thing underground near Zamora.
Yeah.
You remember that they were integral in setting up some sort of offensive that you guys went on. You were part of a team with them. You remember that they slept in a coffin.
Right, I remember that.
And you remember that they were a different version of Baba Sciofra. So,
I remember
but
that.
they didn't seem to
Oliver
like each other
remembers that.
or have any kind of dealings with each other.
Okay.
And that their blood was very important to what was going on. But you have a very distinct, it's very strange for you because you don't understand why you have this memory or where or what, but you have a familiarity and you have a connection and you may or may not have made it out. And you can ask about that if you'd like.
Oh, I want to do that. Mistress Sky?
Yes.
Oddly enough, remember.
Good.
What I had a vision, and I'm sure everyone else here did, guys. And was that a different lifetime, or was that the future at some point?
It did. I can't tell you what you experienced. It's up to you. If you haven't experienced before, it is either the future yet to come, or it is a past that you have failed to remember, or that a version of you has failed to remember.
Oh. I'm sorry, one more question. Did we, you know what? Never mind. That's all right. Any one of you have any other questions?
What about you, Mira? Everything.
Mr. Sky, how are you here? How did you get here? Where do you come from?
Did you roll for memory? I mean, you're gonna make it, but
Well, do you remember? Well, as soon as I noticed this made contact with the mirror, I knew that she looked
right,
like
right.
Bobby.
So we'll say that you just got it. So okay, go ahead and ask your question again. I'm sorry.
How did you get here?
That is a very tricky question. I just remember fighting the world beast and distracting the minions of the Antimagus, and suddenly I was in this strange land, and I don't know how I got here, but somehow I retained all of my memories, and occasionally I bump into people I remember. And I was hoping that
How
maybe...
long have you been here?
Well, it's been at least 6 years. But apparently I have always been here, and I have amassed a bit of power in this state. Whatever version of me that was here I melded with, I apparently was similar to. And I feel much older than I used to, which is very odd for me. I also feel a very strange closeness to those who come my way that remind me of you. And I can't quite shake that because I don't remember us being that close.
A different version of you and I were very close.
Makes sense. Sometimes the memories and the soul bleeds over, which is an odd thing for me to say because for all I knew, I didn't have one anymore. And she kind of like tongues her she kind of tongues her canines that are fully tracted. And what about you, Mr. Gulch? Do you remember me? And she looks at you, and you can make a roll if you'd like with advantage.
Sure. Oh,
what,
no.
What the hell? Well, okay, hold on though, because one of those was a 92. You made it.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to roll 2 and it did not do what I thought I was going to do.
Well, you remember this person. You have a connection. You remember the same things that Inra remembers. It's you were together when this happened. Sorry,
I'm gonna also remember
Gulch
that
OD'd on memory over here.
No.
Gulch is also going to remember that he tried flirting with her and smacking her on the ass, and she didn't like that very much. And she made me feel really cold and dead on the inside.
Good. She sees this look come across your face, and she's like, "You do remember me, don't you?" Yeah. She turns, obviously, to show that super taut leather encasing that she is wearing to walk up back to her throne, as if to be like, "That's right, it's mine, and you don't get any of it, you sack of shit, you pig. How dare you?" And as she takes a seat, she says, "Well, I guess we can get on to business now that we've all reacquainted ourselves. Are you And as you stand up to like, well, I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. I'm through telling you like what you're doing and what you're gonna do.
Oops.
How you doing it? My time is over.
Yes,
I'll.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'll walk over here as she walks up to her little throne.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll walk next to Gulch.
Okay. One of her servants, he places the cover back over the mirror. As you all stand and take your steps, those first few are really a doozy, and you are all reduced to 1 hit point.
Okay.
It seems that whatever this mirror transition did or how it happened, it drained you physically to do so, to the point that you are close to, like, you just feel like you've been the most tired you've ever been. And you most definitely have lost energy in the form of life through this process.
Winston didn't have any visions, did he?
Can you talk to him?
Like,
you see through him, but you have to activate that, right?
yeah. Let me double check it quick.
When you talk to him, or when you see through him, is that a concentration spell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Because if he gets hit, he gets knocked out of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
One-
no because he did not touch the mirror.
That's fine. I was just making the joke of, does he go down to 1 point or does
No,
he
he's
disappear
fine. He's
again?
fine. He seems to be unscathed. He's actually makes it to where you guys went much easier than you did. You guys feel like a slowness in your pace, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired.
You guys have beds here, or is that?
Oh yes, of course. We have a stable of beds just down the hall here. If you need to rest, we actually can't return you to the we can't return you above ground until it's nighttime, and honestly, that took a lot longer than I expected. It was at least 7 hours, so
What?
time went like that for you, but she
7
kind of
hours.
tells you this is typical. Like, these are things that tend to take a while, and those who are experiencing it don't seem to experience time the same way. Time works differently in the mirror.
Can Winston confirm what she's saying is true?
Winston
Yes.
roll
Yes.
insight?
If I mean, I don't know how you communicate that, but I'll say yes if you have any way to
Well, I
communicate that. with-
can talk to him and be like, hey, she talking.
You know what? Winston nips at your ears, and that tells you that he's hungry, and that's, you know, that you just fed him.
Okay.
And even in your dream, you're like, well, I fed him. Why? That doesn't make sense. It was just like 20 minutes ago.
Perfect.
And so you know that it's been about, the way that he's reacting, it seems it's been at least 5 hours.
He's telepathically telling me, feed me, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry. I maybe I should have warned you. It affects people different ways, but usually there is a little bit of a loss of energy through the transference of the mirror, depending on how long you're gone. I mean, you guys were gone for quite a while, so I do have a place for you to rest. We can have food served to you. It's fine. We don't eat the typical fare, so I will have to have someone run to the kitchen upstairs. There's a room that's protected that we can gain access to, but no light can get in, and we can't open the outside doors, but we can get you something. And we can talk about our business dealings and get you some rest and go from there. How's that sound?
think
Would you-
that sounds like a good start.
Would you like to
So
rest? Would you like to talk about this in the evening?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's
Yes.
So very tired.
Okay, I can make that happen for you. So I will if you follow Sergio here, she points to one of the kind of underlings that is in there with you. And he says, walk this way. And he takes you to these double doors on this side. And he will take you into a room that seems to be set up for quite nicely for some beds. Hopefully these are your to liking and you can get your rest. We'll see about food and having it served to you. We'll place it just outside the door, alright?
That sounds great. Thank you.
Excellent. We will see you in the evening. If you need anything, there is a bell here. And he points to the right next to the door. There's a little bell. And it says, if anyone is available, it'll come to you. I do warn you, though, don't go exploring, and please do not open the doors. We don't know which ones will let in light. That is very detrimental to us down here. Understood?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Thank you. All right. Well, I will bid you good evening or good day, and I will see you in the evening.
All right, he wants to go exploring.
And he walks to the door.
I'm too tired, honestly.
That's probably safe.
1 hit
I
point.
don't think I can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
FYI.
All right.
Please
Go.
make my
Go to
day.
bed. Let's go to bed. Let's go to bed. We've
All
already
right.
been close to death once enough, so might as well go to bed.
So you can pick
I mean,
your
I
bed.
got my backup character ready to go. No.
All right.
Okay, fine. I'll take this one over here.
So, as you're winding down for the evening, what are you, do you guys have discussions? Do you talk about things? What do you do for the evening? Or do you just go to sleep?
Psst.
I
Guys,
could go to sleep.
are you guys awake?
I am now.
Mirda.
Dead asleep.
Dead. Okay. Gulch. What did you see? You're in the fucking mirror.
1 second.
What are you looking it up? What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Okay. Yeah.
This way we don't have to
Run
yell over me. Wait.
Get off the
Hold
foot
on,
of my
hold
bed.
on.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Him scurrying across the floor. Actually, I wake up and I just see them cuddling.
No,
Not
No.
cuddling.
what you
He's just at the foot of my bed, like really wide-eyed.
I think actually, let me retcon this a little bit. What I'm gonna do
Okay.
and just
just misty step
Nightcrawler
over there?
style, poof, right in front of him.
Nice.
Jesus, fuck, man. Oh, God. You can cast a message next time. Give me a warning.
Oh shit! Yeah, I could have. This is more fun.
I guess. What did you see in the mirror? Like how pretty you are, or do you see something?
I saw you.
What?
You looked different. You weren't
Okay.
a pirate.
All right.
You were actually like cleanly shaven, nice slicked back hair, proper clothes.
That's not me. I don't. I think you may have seen somebody else.
No, it was you, and or a different version of you, and Mirda. And
You
you
saw
guys
Mirda?
were with Zophie. And I have this feeling that in my vision, I was at a location where I first met Sophie in the first place to gain my powers. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it was a slightly different version of me.
Okay.
And
That's
I don't know. There's Brio and
I'm sorry, who?
she was a
Were you
girl I
like
met.
Red?
Kind of. She was a girl I met who worked at a bookshop across from my library. And I saw that we had some sort of relationship, and then all of a sudden she was walking away from me with a knife, and there was a body, but then there wasn't a body, and then I was bleeding. And then I just saw all the different versions of Tor floating in the water.
Tor, the time traveling gentleman. That Tor.
Well, he did say that there were different versions of him that we might run across.
And I
And
can't even handle one version of him, if I'm being honest.
And I think I came across all the versions, or at least a handful of them.
Where the fuck is Tor? Anyway.
Are you asking-
Running, though. Oh no, I'm asking Gulch, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, what was the question? I didn't quite hear
Where
you.
the fuck is Tor anyway? We saw him in the fighting ring, and then he's kind of disappeared after that.
I don't know, but he still has to answer for what happened in the arena, the ship. Jonathan.
Hey, by the way, what happened to Jonathan? I know he was in the infirmary, and then somebody took him away. Was he sent to his family, or?
As a bit of what he discussed in our past and kind of my beliefs, I took him out in the courtyard and had kind of a ceremonial cremation for him.
Oh, and where are the ashes? Did you spread them there, or spread them in the ocean?
Kind of grab my backpack, open it up, and show him a couple of the vials.
Oh, he's with you. Okay.
For now, I just need to remember to wash these out before I put soup in them.
No, Jonathan was part of TMI. This is great. We've got a fourth member here. All right. Well, clearly Mira is either dead or sleeping. I can't tell. Oh, nope. She just snored. Yep. She's sleeping. Definitely sleeping.
What did you see?
Anyway, well, I'm gonna start with apologizing.
Did you shoot me again?
I
You always tend to shoot me.
I may have shot you again.
I don't think
even
you're allowed
remember
to.
the first time.
I don't think you're allowed to use a crossbow
I'm
anymore.
clearly
around
not
me.
good with the crossbow. Yeah, that's obvious. Someone gave it to me, and your hand just so happened to be in the way of my arrow. Really, so I can't blame you for it.
I mean, it is a beautiful hand.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and Missy step the fuck away. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. I was gonna awkwardly just kind of get off the bed and walk over.
These are like queen size beds. So they're like a little bit bigger. They're not. They're meant like two people could probably fit in one reasonably.
Oh, super awkwardly.
Yeah.
Trying to like
So
scoot
you're like,
my butt to the edge to get
You
off.
know, it takes a minute to get off. Yeah.
We're both like crisscross applesauce on
Right.
top of the bed, just talking
Like pancake.
gossip.
Yeah. So, okay. You're going to bed?
Yeah, I'll go to bed.
I'm sleep. Okay.
I have Winston perched up here, and he's just gonna kind of keep an eye on things.
Okay. Does he need to sleep? Is he able to like?
I mean, I would
What's your-
assume.
What's
I
his
would
time like? Can he
assume
just stay
that-
around forever, or is it a 24-hour
yeah.
thing?
As long as he doesn't die.
Okay. So he can. He's permanent, and then he's watching things.
I assume while I was in a trance, he probably fell asleep on my shoulder. Got a couple minutes of sleepiness.
Okay.
So he's a little bit rested at least.
Okay. So he's getting his rest. He needs the same rest as you guys do to get his full, hit points and things like that, and for you to be able to do the things that you need to do with him. So he needs to sleep the same time you sleep. But if you're putting him on guard duty, he won't get that. So what I'm going to have you all do is, what is their passive perception? Do you know that?
I don't know what that is.
Yes. Give me a second.
Passive is it's not something you roll for. It's just
Passive Oh, I get it. Got it.
you just have it. Like you all have it, but I don't know if Winston's going to have it because I gave you a card, but I don't know if it's on there.
Is that like if you're sleeping, you notice something?
It's like your
One of the senses.
natural ability to just notice things.
Passive perception is 13.
Okay. And then what's everybody else's passive? I forgot to put everybody's D&D Beyond sheet out.
Passive perception 14.
Okay.
And
10. Okay. What's yours, Mirta?
It's 13.
13. Okay. So like nothing above a 14. Got it.
no.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I need everybody to make so you're sleeping through the night, right? Like to get your full rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The evening comes because you're sleeping on their time. I need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
That before, are we giving ourselves a long rest or not yet?
You give yourself a long rest, but
Okay.
Constitution saving throw for everybody.
Okay. Long rest. Constitution saving throw.
Oh, we do the longest first.
Yeah. Your Constitution saving throw is not going to matter
right,
with
got it.
that, but like, yeah, do give yourself a long rest.
Okay.
Okay.
You want me to roll one for Winston?
You know what? No,
Okay.
Winston does not need to.
Okay.
You guys wake up, you are fully rested, but somehow you feel like maybe the air is stuffy or something. So maybe you got the rest you needed, but you didn't get the rest you wanted. And
It's
it
like my
could be
real
because
life.
this is underground.
Cool.
You feel a little stiff. The beds didn't feel right. It feels like you didn't sleep quite right. You know, like you got a kink in your neck, or you kind of rested a little off. So, as you wake up, you notice the door creak open up in front of you. And a waft of bacon and eggs kind of like creep through the door.
Wow.
A waft.
Oft.
And the smell of fresh citrus kind of fills the air.
All right.
And it kind of makes you feel a little bit better, but you're like, maybe your hungry and your grumbles and your tumbles start to poke around. You feel a little hungry, a little peckish. Seems that breakfast is served in the next room.
All right. I'll walk in the middle of the room.
Do you guys
See if
smell
everyone's up.
that?
Smell that. I'm for it, whatever it is.
It smells great.
Gulch, get up. Winston, come on. Is it the front door up there?
The door that you guys came through, it's the same room that you like left and you're in now. Whoa.
Do we want to check any of these other doors?
Do you want to?
No.
I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm gonna send Winston through this door.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like tell the back of the guys, like, hey, I'm kind of curious. Go looking around a little bit, but be careful.
You send Winston through the door?
Whatever this open archway is
Okay.
over here.
So this archway, he like goes around a corner. I'm gonna need you to make a D100 or D20, I guess, evens odds.
Oh,
Odds are bad.
oh god. Wait, for what? Is this
For
gonna be
Winston.
magical
We'll find out.
related?
We'll see what
Winston.
happens.
Is this magical related?
I don't know.
Oh god. I ask because as a pseudo dragon, I do have magical resistance. So
Right,
I get
which means only
advantages on. Okay.
Right.
Of his damage.
Half
Oh.
damage.
Oh, I was gonna say it gives me advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects.
Right.
So okay. Fuck. If he's being sneaky, can I give him a stealth bonus?
Is
Roll and find out.
yeah, he can roll stealth. You can roll stealth for him using his stats.
Yeah, he's got stats.
Fuck.
Oh,
Can't-
no one knows he's even there.
Okay. He stealths through. He sneaks around. He doesn't just fly straight through. He kind of like grabs onto the wall and he's kind of like sneaking through. He does get in there. And then I'm gonna have you roll the damage. It is a D12 lightning damage that he'll take half of. So roll the D12.
Okay.
You hear this like zip, zip, zip. So he'll take 2.5, or we'll roll. You round it down two damage.
All right.
So he takes 2 damage while going through this. Being sneaky, it seems that there's some sort of trigger point that anything that walks in there is a warding spell that kind of like zaps at him.
So Gulch, how's Winston? Is he all right, or should we look around?
How far away is he from me?
I don't know, how far did you send him in?
Oh, I was sending him. I hate you so much right now.
Why?
I was sending him into
Just
the
ask a
room to
question.
explore.
Oh, what's that? You sent him.
He was just like he was going in the room to explore.
Okay. So he is, what's his movement?
60 feet.
60 feet? Okay. So he's like 15 feet into the room. He was 10 feet when it was when it initially zapped him. He went 5 more feet to try to get out of it, but like, kind of got out a little bit.
Okay.
That's why it didn't hurt him so much.
Okay.
So what does he do?
He's gonna look around and do an investigation check.
Okay. Is he moving around or is he just looking visually?
Right now, after the zap, he's gonna just kind of look around.
Okay. So just having him
All right.
there, he sees a chamber that has a doorway at the other end of it that's closed. And then not a whole lot else. It looks like it's just like a stone walled surface on the sides, a little hallway. There is a chandelier that seems to have a crystal ball at the very bottom of it at the ceiling. And that seems to be the source of where the lightning came from. And it was glowing. It has since dissipated, but it is now building back up.
Okay. He is going to essentially give me a sense of I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna snap my fingers and pop him into his pocket dimension out of there.
Okay, so he just goes back into your. Now
yeah,
you have
he's
to
gone.
use an action to like bring him back, right? He's good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. So Now what do you do?
Okay, so over there has some sort of trap that shoots lightning. But there's a
Oh.
door at the end of that hallway.
Perfect. I'm gonna go in the direction that has well, bacon and eggs and not lightning. So feel free to stay here. I'm gonna get
I think I owe Winston some bacon. We should
you.
go
You know,
back.
you actually owe Winston a lot.
Does
A
he
lot of
remember
bacon.
what happened to him?
Yeah.
Does he? Yep. All right.
But
yep,
I
definitely
fed
owe him a
him.
lot.
I fed him since, I think.
So much.
Thank-
Oh, little guy.
Let's just go get some breakfast and I'll
Probably a good idea.
apologize.
Okay,
Fucking
so you guys
better.
walk through the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, you walk back through. I didn't delete your characters or anything, so you guys can just have that. We'll imagine that there's a table that has a wide spread of delicious breakfast items and freshly squeezed orange juice.
Where
Whoop.
is this? Like in front of us?
Oh my god.
Or
All right, hold
On
on.
the ground?
Well, you just, I mean, just
I
pretend
hold on.
it.
Nope. I've spoiled you. Hold on.
You have. You really have.
Give me.
great.
give
Now it's
me-
going to make us roll initiative.
No,
We're all gonna
you're
die.
fine. Nope.
We
it's
have to
okay.
attack the mirror.
It's okay.
Fight the mirror verse.
Fight the mirror.
It's a fight. All of your versions came out of the mirror, and you're all.
That'd be so cool.
Oh, come
Definitely gonna lose
on.
against myself.
Would it? Do you want to kill your other
Ah,
self?
there we go.
Now I'd probably become buddies with
Swap
my other
you.
self.
He
Like, all
wants to
right, dude,
replace you.
hold on. What are we doing here? Oh, that's true too.
We'll say that there's a table here, and it's
Oh
got
man, we're so
different,
spoiled right now.
many different things
I know.
upon it that you would eat for breakfast. I'm not gonna go hunt that shit down, but yes, here you go. Here you have a little. Yeah.
Ooh, all right, I'll see here.
I want eggs and
Stand here.
bacon on my too.
I guess
Yeah,
I'll
it's
stand
definitely
here since
bacons
there's
and
no
eggs.
chairs.
So you guys come into this room. The scent brought you in. You're very hungry. You sit down. There's many plates of different foods that you use, like served family style. You're able to divvy yourself out a little plate if you want. There's bacon. There's eggs. There's sausage. There's some breads, jams, and some orange juice and water.
Brain jam sounds really good, right? Actually.
Oh, it actually does.
I know. I'm sorry. Pancakes too. There's
Is it
pancakes.
French toast?
There's pancakes too.
Somebody's doing Crucible or
Story.
No, you hear this noise in the other room, just past the mirrors. Seems like somebody's getting interrogated. We're gonna work this in the game.
yeah, we're gonna have to. That's weird. You guys see that? It sounds like someone doesn't have bacon, eggs, and orange juice.
You you see Madam Sky at the front of the in her throne, sitting with a glass of what seems to be a very thick red substance, and takes a sip and says, "Not everybody gets the same treatment around here, and I hope you know this." And she looks over at the door that the sound is coming from. Now I want you to eat up, and we have
he
some
sounds
business
alright.
to discuss. How was your sleep?
Not as great as I thought it would be.
Huh? Not restful. All right. Well, I'll see what I can
Yeah,
do
are
for next
your-
time.
Are your mattresses filled with moss or something? I don't know. I just don't feel.
We don't sleep in conventional ways, so it's been a bit of it's been a while since someone who has needed the comfort of those beds. So unfortunately,
Gulch,
they may seem a little stiff. They were a little bit old.
Yep. Gulch, you may have to crack my back. If you can lift me, that'd be great. Later.
Oh yeah.
Breakfast looks lovely, though.
I was gonna kind of go up
yes,
behind
absolutely.
them.
I can't smell anything, but I've been told it's delicious. So I had them make it upstairs before closing for you.
Mid conversation, I'm just gonna grab Enra's arms back and just.
Okay. No, not cracking. Let me go.
Oh, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna squeeze a little harder.
No, can't breathe. Okay, stop it. Please put me down.
Okay, I read this in a book once.
Yeah, different book. Maybe for dummies next time. Try that one. Oh, so many ribs. So many ribs.
Are you quite done?
Yep, I think so.
Well, I
Nothing
need
left to
I
crush.
need you
so.
to get about your eating business so we can discuss the other business that you actually came to see me for. I do run a business still. I have to make sure that I have things squared away. I have commitments to keep.
What did we come here for again?
All right, Winston, come eat all the bacon and sausage you want.
Does anybody remember why you're actually
Something
here?
Unrelated.
Well, originally,
Kindle brought us.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
But why?
Originally, we were coming here.
We had
because
Our
to
money.
find a warrior
Okay, there's
And-
one.
No.
Get our
and-
money.
in order to not pay the docking fee.
No,
Two,
we were coming here to get our money back.
three.
But to
There
get
we
our
go.
money back, we had to pretend like we were a group of smugglers
There you go.
that wanted to bring our business here and work with them.
It's been 3 weeks since this happened, so I wasn't expecting you to like remember because I know how this goes. Okay, I've been here, but I'm gonna try to let you workshop it yourself. See what all I gotta surprise you with. So
Yeah, the finding the champion is in regards to you not having to pay docking fees, but it's a kind of a separate side quest to this.
so do you eat your breakfast?
Yes.
Yeah.
You eat it. It smells amazing, but when you start eating it, you're like, man, the flavor of this is just off. It doesn't. It's not very. It's not great. It's not as great as you had it in your head. It feels a little.
Smells better than it tastes.
Yeah, it smells better than it tastes. It feels a little. The eggs taste a little wet. The bacon tastes a
Ew.
little crunchy if you like it soggy, and soggy if you like it crunchy. It doesn't have the flavor impact that you were expecting. You very much overestimated how much you were going to enjoy this meal. It just doesn't quite taste the same as you thought it would in your head. The orange juice is a little more tangy versus sweet, so it's not. Maybe you like that. Who knows? But it's like it was built up in your head. Yeah, it was disappointing. It was very disappointing.
Hey, Mirda. Can you give me a little bit of sage, a little bit of thyme?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
You can bust out your herb kit and put it on your
Yep.
breakfast.
Yep.
Okay.
I figured you could just
said
like
a
drew
little
it
bit of
with your
sage?
hands.
And I'm like next to him, like, oh, a little bit of sage. And how much time do you need?
Couple minutes.
Oh, okay.
Now, are you applying this just to yours, or are you applying it to everybody's breakfast situation?
I'll apply it to everybody's.
Okay.
I learned a thing or two from
Yeah, he's the good chef.
Scully.
The sage is off-putting. It tastes rancid, almost, to you,
Me?
to everybody.
Okay.
It's almost like it made it worse. You're like,
Alright,
oh
I'm done.
man,
I don't know
bad
what
move.
it is, guys, but I feel like nothing here feels satisfying. The sleep sucks.
Something.
The breakfast smells
does
good, but it's
seem
not
Yeah, I agree. Something does seem
as
off.
good as I was hoping.
I mean, if it's a free continental breakfast, it should be better than this, right?
if it's us or the food. Like, is the food actually bad, or is our taste
Well,
off?
how did you guys sleep? I slept, but it wasn't
Shit.
great. All right, shit is a word for it. Gulch.
I
Swear to God, if
slept.
you say great.
No, I slept, but like I could use a couple more hours.
Something's weird here. I just can't put my finger on it. I'm gonna go. I guess Mirror is there too. And
I'm
yell
ready
at not yell, but oi,
Mistress Sky!
Mistress, yeah.
Oh,
Mistress
yes.
Sky.
Yes. Are you done? Is it time?
Sorry. Yeah. Where the fuck are we again?
You're in the quarters of the Silver Lining is where you're at. The headquarters.
Yeah, but civil line is typically a good thing. Why is everything shit here?
Oh, so, well, do you tell me? I mean, is it not up to your quality standards? Are you unhappy with the treatment that you've been given, or what is
The
the
treatment's
problem?
been great, but for some reason everything seems not super great.
Maybe something happened to you when you
saying
were in the mirror, and it's caused you to have some issues reconciling with
You know,
the.
This is why I didn't keep mirrors on my ship. I fucking hate mirrors.
I would never keep a mirror on a ship anyway. I mean, doesn't make any sense.
Never know.
She takes a sip
I-
of her thick liquid.
In the background, you just hear. I'm still mounting on the
You
sausages.
still eating?
I mean, it's free food.
I'm glad that someone finally appreciates this. The effort that's gone into this. You see, we don't eat this kind of food this way, so it's a little bit new, and we don't have a way to test it because we don't taste any of this. It actually tastes, if at all anything, it tastes bland or quite upsetting. And if we eat any of it,
Hey,
it actually makes us sick.
oh, I mean, probably same here at this point, but
Well, I mean, hopefully it was cooked appropriately and to the correct temperatures. I was ensured that it was. Are you?
What do you eat then, Sky?
What do I eat?
What's
You
a normal
mean
meal for you?
Oh.
Yeah. In these
And
parts, what's the
she,
normal
like,
meal?
like tosses her glass around a little bit, like she's kind of a. She says, "I don't eat. How do you think I keep this figure?" Takes a sip, and the very thick bit of red like starts to drip off of the lips, and she says, "Well, you do know that I'm a vampire, right? This is a vampire lair, and that you're under my protection, and that's the only reason you haven't been drained. I drink blood.
And I like.
What do you think?"
I cast message secretively and towards me. I'm like, "Dude, no, this is a vampire lair. You don't have to answer me because I don't think you have this spell."
you can respond.
Out loud. Can I cast message to multiple people, or is it just one per second?
Is it a cantrip or is it a
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
cantrip? You can count it. Do as long as you're not in battle, like you're in combat. You could do it multiple times and get the same result.
All right.
But you
I'll
can't
cast
like send
same
it to
message.
two
Rely on a
people at the same
whisper to one
time, or like in the one instance to hear it.
I'm gonna
okay.
cast it to Enra.
Okay.
Do you want me to save you a couple of these sausages?
But you didn't
You
tell
can
them they can
respond to this message.
You have to tell them that they can
cast it.
respond to the message.
I did.
Okay, no, I know.
You can respond to this message.
No. We're also in a vampire lair, and I had no idea. You may respond to this message. If I don't respond, then just shut the fuck up.
Don't you remember who she is? We knew she was a vampire.
You do remember that. That comes to mind. You're like, oh yeah, fuck.
Right.
You had suspicions, but it was never confirmed.
Yeah. Huh. All right.
But she literally just said it. So.
All right.
Cat's out of the bag. now.
Cat. Yeah. Whoops.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you want to. You can do whatever you want. This is DT.
All right. Mistress.
Yes.
I see you're enjoying your lovely Merlot, but exactly what are we doing here?
Well, Kendall said that you had business that you needed to attend to with us. And since
Right,
I am
that's
the
all,
reigning
So this one here, right? Mira, talk.
leader of the Silver Lining, and I'm who you need to deal with. Apparently, there was some money issues, and it sounds like there's some other trouble going on.
So much.
Sorry. Let me just clear my throat here. Yes, so we are TMI Incorporated. Our leader is the lovely Mirda here. I am the
Oh, good
voice.
business plan. I love this part.
Yes.
She, like,
Initially,
sits back.
we sought out your excellence because we were looking to make back some of the money we had lost from the tragedy, thank you, of what happened in the Colosseum. We were the ones that had saved everybody's life and vanquished the enemy.
Right.
Now, we figured since the fight was a little rigged, unfair, it would only be right and make the Silver Lining look like a
Prestige.
trustworthy, prestigious organization to honor and return the money from a not to anybody here's fault, but rigged and compromised fight.
I see. Well, and she snaps her fingers. She hands over this one of her minions, like hands her a scroll and says, "It was posted plain as day on the table. If you had taken a moment to read it, and I quote." In the event both fighters lose their life or an external force interferes with the fighting causing the death of one or both fighters, all bets are null and void and monies in the possession of the Silver Lining are forfeit. They can get their money in exchange for tribute or for services rendered. And she rolls up the scroll and says, it's not necessarily something that needs to be read to you. It's there on the table. Did you not see it?
There was nothing on the table. I'm sorry.
Did you
go ahead. You had to
do
say
a
something.
investigation or perception check to find it if it was there?
You see, Baz was being
We're all
rather
past the
sketchy.
bets, honestly.
Now, I don't want you to feel like you've
I'm
been
not worried
cheated.
about the money.
I
No.
feel like
Sure.
Baz was not completely upfront with us about the situation.
Well, this is honestly not the first time we've heard something like that. However, it does seem that everything was in order according to Goosh. He had told us that he had clearly displayed the disclaimer. Now, it does fall under the category of external forces interfering with the fight, i.e., you killed the other fighter. So therefore, all bets are off. Now, I don't want you... We're friends, right? We're friends. And
We
I
are.
don't want you to think that I'm unmerciful or unfair. But the silver lining definitely takes things like this extremely seriously, which is why we have the disclaimer. And so this is not the first time something like this has happened. Now, I'm willing to give you your money back and perhaps double if perhaps as a company, as a group, you would be willing to exchange some services as per the contract here. Would you mind doing something for me? And I will
Depends.
double the wages that you lost.
Well,
What is it? Exactly.
Let's discuss this a little bit more.
Sure. Go ahead
Yeah.
and discuss.
So during that fight, our airship took quite a significant amount of damage.
Mm.
So if you would provide our company with some seed money to rebuild that ship and reman it, as well as, our rightful portion of the money that we did lose during that fight, we would be interested in maybe transporting goods for you.
That's interesting. Somebody went to Forest Business School. That's something we can throw into the mix as well. Yes, I was going to offer that. We could take care of the cost of your ship if you would be willing to make a few trips for us in the future. However, I have a much more pressing need that needs taken care of within the next 2 weeks. And it's going to take easily up to 3 months to finish your ship. So we wouldn't be able to recoup the losses or that we would negotiate here in that time. Now, I will take care of your ship if, as well as doubling your money back that you lost on the bets, if you take care of this.
In the back,
Okay.
I'm just like, my ship, by the way. My ship, everybody. Right here. Yep.
Oh,
Sorry.
and Rob.
All right. Sorry.
Okay, so yes, Mistress Sky, please explain what this
Sure.
feat is.
There is a wizard in a tower just outside of the village of Neldarin, and he has something of great import to me. I'm sorry, you'll have to excuse them in the other room. Our methods are unorthodox but effective.
I trust that they are.
So yes, the Wizard Tower to the north. It's about a 5-day journey. We could get you there in maybe 3 by using the underground tunnel system that we have access to. We don't normally let outsiders use that, but I feel like we've got a bit of a rapport here, and obviously we know each other in a way, and I hope that can grow. It's always nice to know people who have a beat on what's actually going on in the world.
What is this item that you're looking for?
It is a scrying stone that belonged to someone I care very much about. And they tried to retrieve the stone, and they have not come back. So first and foremost, I would like to see the stone in my possession to help me make sense of things like that of the mirror. But also, if you were to come across this person of some import to me, if he is not dead, I would like you to return him to me. But that is a secondary concern, as I feel he may be dead.
And who is this?
Yeah.
He's a
that's what you
servant of
said.
the
What are
Scaled Sorcerer. He simply goes by the name of the Wizard, and there's only one tower, and that is where he is found. I know not his name, but if you ask for the Wizard, everyone will know who you're talking about.
And just in case, what's the name of the person that you sent for the scrying stone?
That would be Thomas Strongwall.
And you'd like this stone to make sense of things like the mirror?
Yes, it's a scrying, a seeing stone, a item made of a particular material that has not been seen anywhere else, and it used to be in my possession, and it is a dark, round object made of the deepest black stone, polished with a glass sheen. And it is something that is, I feel, what would give me the ability to see further into the future or the past with the help of the mirror.
All right then. Could you give us just a quick second? And I turn around.
Yes, absolutely. I don't expect you to make knee-jerk reactions, and I expect you to fully talk it over. It shows that you've got good leadership skills.
Righty then. TMI Inc. What do we think? We're gonna do this whole thing?
Takes on a sip.
What do you think, Captain?
I mean, she doesn't want
captain?
us to harm anyone.
Why is
just
she
wants us
captain?
to retrieve.
Why is she captain? There's no ship.
Exactly. So don't worry about it.
So you're not captain, obviously. There's no ship. Neither of us right now are captain.
Okay. You can. Okay.
All right.
I mean, of all of us, I think she holds the highest social standings.
You know, I'm starting to like
Not
you
a
less and less,
criminal.
Gulch. You were great at first, but now I'm kind of wish Adir was here, if I'm being real.
Aw, I wish Adir was here too.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll circle back to that, I guess. I say we do this thing. Otherwise, we're going to be having shitty sleeps and shitty breakfast for the rest of our lives if we don't do anything otherwise.
Yes, I'm concerned about the catch of all of this because she's giving us quite a large sum of money and support
Right, but
for a
we don't.
stone.
Right, but we don't really have a choice, do we? It's either we do this thing or we're in a very much massive debt.
Would I recognize, just from my readings, anything about what she's describing?
Yes, through your vision, with your current knowledge, with your new knowledge from your vision, you understand that this is a large piece of what you would call dark glass. Something that is foreign to this area in this world, apparently. But that you now have this deep new knowledge of and remember. But you don't know where you can find it.
Sorry, beyond that, we're going to this tower to try to find it?
You were talking about like the item, right? Or were you talking about like you're familiar with the tower? If that's what you meant, like you're familiar with a wizard who is in service of the Scaled Sorcerer, which is a dark, ominous, some might say fairy tale that people tell their kids. But this person is somebody of note that perhaps the Librarium Arcanum may have tried to recruit at one point, but he broke off and decided not to be a part of that and didn't want anything to do with it. And he may have some books that are of worth to the library.
I think we could do it. I mean, really, it's up to you guys. I didn't lose that much money compared to Enra over here. You're muted also. Cough, cough.
Yeah. Compared to who? Compared to who, huh? Compared to who?
Well, I mean, I wasn't
not
dumb enough to go all in, but
really worried about the money. Mostly my fucking ship.
look,
So?
the way I see it, like you said, it gives us something to do. If it
Listen.
will make some money out of it, and I mean, it's a wizard in a tower.
Let's
Know
put
how
it
many
this
kind
way.
of cool books in there I could find?
You want to
Let-
steal? You want to steal from the wizard?
If
can't
he's
really
an evil
steal if he's-
wizard,
If he's fucking dead, it's not really stealing, is it? Listen, I've got something from some dead body on my persons. Where is it? Let me scroll up here. What was it? It was 50 something. Keep talking. Oh, I got 32 silver knife coins from Jimmy. That was just downstairs in the rubber row.
Oh, yeah, you've got enough.
Definitely
You've got
not going
plenty.
to do anything with it. So,
Mr. Sky, may I ask you a quick question?
Mr. Oh, it's. I mean, you can.
Mistress.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard. I'm sorry. I was
Oh.
busy sipping this delicious bouquet. What is it?
Is there something that we may trade the wizard for this stone? Or are we expected to steal it?
He will not part with it. If you can manage that, by all means. But I'm not asking you to kill him. I'm just saying you're probably going to have to.
another question.
Sure.
Follow up.
Yes.
Was this stone originally yours, or are we just?
I
is it
originally
his and we're
procured
just
it.
Going to take it.
I originally procured it.
Okay.
There was a
Your wizard.
gentleman who I employed to go to the Southern Isles, and he brought it back to me.
All right then. Seems like
In fact,
we're stealing an item that's
You,
been stolen.
oddly enough, remind me of him. I have a similar
Oh,
look.
maybe was it your father?
It was definitely.
It's also a sailor, so maybe I'm just making
Yeah.
generalities here.
I think one sailor
Fucking Benra.
looks like every other sailor.
That's that's the one. He he did some work for me a while back.
Clearly
He's the one
not
who brought it
good
to me.
enough. Okay, quick huddle again.
Oh, just hold
I'm
on.
assuming we're doing this, yeah?
Possibly. Give me 1 second. Mr. Sky.
Yes.
Just a quick question here. If my knowledge and my research has taught me anything, the stone that we're looking for is about yay big.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Would you say it's a heavy item?
I'm sure one of you would be able to.
I mean, yes, I can definitely carry it, no problem. But more so, if we were to be looking for something that would help us be able to carry it back, some sort of bag for
Of
holding things.
Is that what you are asking?
I mean,
yes.
if you have one.
We can make that happen. Now, I'll tell you this. It is of inferior make. It is a temporary bag. It will decay because it cannot hold the magics, but it will last about a month, which is much more than you will need. You're welcome to have it. We can make that happen. We can give that to you. It'll take you about 3 days to get there from our tunnels. 5-day journey back because you won't be able to return through the tunnels. You'll have to do that by foot.
Now, would you say, besides the fact that it will only last us so long, the holding of this bag?
That's absolutely secure. It's the same as any bag of holding would be. That's how long the magic will hold is what it is. And we took these off of some some goblins that had been playing around with some magics that they might not ought to have. And people have tried to replicate these all over, but this is the best that we've found without it actually being a bag of holding. So she takes one of her underlings. Andrew, thank you. Takes it from Andrew and hands it to you and says, yes, please, by all means, place it in there. It will make it much easier for you to carry. You can carry up to 3,000 pounds. I don't suspect this is more than 500.
Perfect.
Including the pedestal. That's not necessary. I just need the orb.
Okay.
Let's say, Sky, that we are to fight the wizard. Is there any advice that you may give us to help us in such a feat?
Don't die, is one. Two is, if you do find out that Tom has fallen under him, I would very much like to see him dead and his head returned. Place that in the bag of holding as well. I would not attempt to attack him in his dwelling quarters. I would find some other way to draw him out outside of where he sleeps and studies. I'm sure that has many more wards about it than even, say, the entrance. The tower does glow at a certain height that we feel is where he does reside. So it'll be easy to locate him if he's there. But you'll probably want to bring him out of that.
Sorry. Height?
Yes, the tower
Yeah, the
is
tower.
120, 150 feet high and
I
about
thought you meant
60
like
feet
it was
wide
floating
and
somewhere.
No. It is a
Okay.
quite
How do we
a
get there?
high
Underground tunnels.
tower. The tunnel will lead you out into
relatively near the location.
the
I don't know.
wastes. But yes, it is a tower made of stone that has been formed through magics.
You see.
Some say that
Right,
is where the Skeld sorcerer originally ruled from, but he is no longer.
Well then, TMI Inc. Are we doing this? I'm down.
Yeah.
I don't
Let's do it.
see many other options.
There aren't any, so I guess we're fucking up a wizard.
So to reiterate, I'll be paying you double your betting fees. I will be paying for your ship's
Repair and docking fees.
in the quickest time possible, which I believe was 1 month. Docking fees will be included in that. It seems that the Grandmaster has made some sort of arrangement with you on the docking fees, so that could become a problem because an agreement was made, and now we have an agreement with him as well. So we can see what we can do, but I would recommend clearing that up with him first, because we don't want to leave him out in the cold. Do you have
He's
an agreement
quite-
with him?
He's quite old.
Well,
maybe if you leave him out in the cold long enough, will he just kind of shrivel away and we can just ignore it? Or
That's not going to happen. You will
No,
suffer
okay,
some serious consequences if you cross him.
Thinking
He
outside
is.
the box, really.
He fears us, but that's only because we've given him reason to. But honestly, we fear him. He's too powerful.
All right.
What was the stipulation with the docking fees again?
It was that he was going to give us or waive them if we could find a fighter,
Find a warrior.
a warrior to fight Kibo.
If
Plinko.
that's as simple a thing as you need, then I can also vouch for a warrior in Neldarin, which is near the tower. In fact, you may actually have better luck if you go into Neldarin and get some information about the tower before you head there.
Well, in that case,
Let's go there.
All right. He's a relatively new fighter. He's undefeated. He doesn't wear armor, oddly enough. He's very strange that way. He doesn't speak. Very attractive man. And appeared here not long after I did. What was his name? What is the fighter's name in the pits in Eldrin, Andrew? And Andrew looks and says, Finn. Yeah, the guy that doesn't talk. Man, he's quick as a fox. Just like a great fighter. I would put my money on him any day. Great, then it's settled. Here, you'll need this. And she like pulls off a ring and hands it to you and says it's a signet ring. And it has a symbol and it says S and L, and it's kind of like lined up against each other for the silver lining. It says, take this to the battlemaster there. Tell them that I sent you and that he is being relocated to, he's been called up to the big leagues. Gonna fight with the grandmasters.
Wait, I missed that. What's on the ring?
It's just an S and an L. It says stands for silver lining. It's like their logo.
SNL. Sorry, Midnight Live.
SNL.
Dude, that's what I thought. I put SNL in. I'm like, wait.
And L. It's just the SL. So yeah, I could draw it out for you if you want.
I got it.
All right, so go to a tower or go through a tunnel, get some information on the tower, possibly fight a wizard, bring a stone back, and get our money, get the ship docks waiver or the dock fees wavered, and we're good to go. Sounds like an easy couple days.
Don't say that.
Very lovely Sunday we're gonna have.
Oh,
Now this does need to take place before the next full moon, as that's the next time that the scrying orb will be active. I would like to have it in my possession by then. That's within 2 weeks' time. If things get tricky, if you are not able to get out or you find yourself in a strange predicament and you can hold out until the full moon, I can accept it on the day of. But upon the full moon, you can use these. And then she pulls out these 2 sticks that look very similar to the type that Kendall had when he like opened up the portal for you guys. It says, these are moon sticks. They will work on the full moon. They will bring you right back here. They will not work any other time. Please don't break them. Don't lose them. That would be bad. I'm trusting you.
I'm gonna grab the sticks.
Okay.
in your bag of holding.
Don't worry. They won't break if they fall. Don't snap them in half fighting someone, or use them as a shield against his magics when you fight if you fight the wizard.
That.
This would be a problem.
Okay.
All right. Where do we start? How do we get there?
Start as soon as possible.
Well, yeah, but how do we get there?
Sooner the better.
Oh yeah. What's the entrance to these tunnels?
The tunnels will be this way, and she kind of gestures to Andrew. Andrew is the other kind of underling that was with you, or near you. He looks very similar to the other one, and he takes you. He says, "Is everybody good? You've packed up. You've got all the things you need. You don't, because once you leave here, it's going to be really hard to get back."
No, I'm pretty good. Hey, are you guys twins?
Grab a few
This
sausages.
looks so much like- I'm not getting those.
No,
those can stay there.
We're not twins.
Oh,
Yeah, feel free to grab food. We don't have any use for it, so if you'd like to take that with you.
I've got a bag of holding now. I don't know how long it's going to stay in there for.
No, I think we're okay.
Right.
Andrew opens. He actually has some sticks that he puts next to the door. He says, "Right this way. After you guys." And he kind of like holds it open for you guys to walk through, and you see like this dark tunnel that kind of leads off. It's got some torches that line it.
All right, I'll walk through.
Everybody walk through.
Hello?
I'm gonna grab like 4 sausages and wrap them up.
I knew it.
Fucking knew it.
Andrew begins to step through, and as you guys are walking towards, you hear in the distance, you hear Sky say, "Oh, Mirda, by the way, you taste delicious." And she drinks from her cup,
What?
and Andrew shuts the thing. He says, "All right, follow me."
Totally not weird. Not at all.
And as you guys make it through this tunnel, you head towards, you start to feel like a bit of a draft as you're walking that direction, and Andrew kind of guides you through. He says, is there any questions before I had you lead you guys to the end here? I can't go all the way.
Oh, she totally like drained her blood while we were in our trance, didn't she?
Probably.
Are you asking me, or?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
I mean, and he reaches up to your neck. He's like, well, I mean, like, what gave it away? And he you can feel like 2 marks in your neck. He says, yeah, that looks about right.
Kind of makes sense why we didn't sleep super well.
Yeah, that happens. It really sucks. I mean, I owed her a bunch of money. That's why I'm here.
No, it literally sucks.
Oh, I see what you did there. I like it. Now I do the sucking. So, not for her, but for me. But I don't like people. It really grosses me out. I mostly feed on animals, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Oh God, go hide, Winston.
He's gone.
All right, so cool. Onward.
Right.
And he walks off in front of you guys. He leads you to the end of the tunnel, and he kind of says, "Okay, well, just go up there. The combination to that lock on the inside is 4293.
How's that?
Just
like
make sure those
42 clockwise.
No, it's like a little it's like a
Scrolly.
like a scrolling,
Okay.
Dial
Yeah, you won't have to do any of the weird stuff.
Okay.
Just make sure you light the brazier before you do that, or it won't work because it reacts to that. So it's kind of like a booby trap, and you can't get back in. So don't try. There's no way to come back in. So once you're out, you're out.
Perfect. Don't want to be in here anyway.
Yeah, don't. No, nobody does. He kind of hangs his head,
So stressed.
he's like, "Fuck."
You seem stressed. You might as well just come with us, eh?
Oh no, I can't. No, it's it'll be light soon.
Oh right.
You guys will be fine. Don't worry. You're still good, but I wouldn't just in case. I wouldn't be gone more than the 22 days. Okay. That the sticks,
What then?
the sticks that she gave you guys, that'll bring you right back here, right? And if you start to feel really abnormally hot when it shouldn't be, get indoors quick, try to get rid of all visible radiant light.
Shit.
You should be fine for a while, but you go past that time, you might start to get a little sick, and you're gonna need a healer.
After 22 days, are we vampires?
No. No. You'd know if you were a vampire or not. It's just it's a side effect of having a little nibble. Sometimes she does this. Did she ask you? She didn't ask you guys for a tribute, did she?
No, nothing.
And you
no.
didn't offer one, huh?
So glad.
Oh, we
So-
should
got
have?
permission.
I mean, Kendall should have explained to you that you needed to offer a tribute. She should have told you, but like, I guess you guys went to bed too early, and so she just decided, hey, this
I mean,
works.
I figured our blood would have been a pretty good tribute.
That's what I'm thinking happened, you know, just to,
Uh,
cut out the middleman and just go straight to the source. And now you don't got to worry
That's a
about
lot.
it. So,
Definitely the last time I don't lock my door.
well,
goodness me.
you know,
I mean,
Alright,
there was
um,
7 hours we were attached to that mirror.
yeah,
probably when she did it.
Could have been, or when you're sleeping and you totally didn't see it coming.
All right. You guys ready?
All right,
Ready as ever.
here you go. Yeah, don't forget the combination of lock, and then light the brazier first. And good luck. Be careful with the wizard. I hear he's like a nasty bugger, and he killed her ex-lover, I guess. So that's kind of weird.
Seems pretty normal. All right, here we go.
All right, maybe I'll hopefully see you within 22 days or before.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah. Don't stay gone longer than that, because that's you need the healing consecrated ground here to kind of like replenish yourself before you go back up topside after that. So, but don't worry, you're not vampires. You just got a little curse,
Not really
little curse,
reassuring here.
tiny bit of curse.
Oh yeah. I've been cursed
Yeah.
many times.
It's fine. Yeah, we all
should be
have.
used to
You know, not a big deal. 22 days.
Lovely. Right. Order vampire. Here we go.
You guys, what do you do?
I guess I put the lock combo in. Since
Okay.
I think I was up front.
No.
What do you
Light
mean,
the
no?
brazier first.
I thought he lit the brazier,
No.
the person.
No, he
I thought
guided
that
you
he was
down.
gonna do
He
that.
told you to
Told
do
us
it.
to.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, good looking out. That's why it's 3 of us.
Good looking out.
Light the brazier.
How do you light it?
One of you. Does anyone have a spell or something? Do I have a spell?
What is this brazier?
It's just it's a kind of like similar to what you cremated Jonathan in, but it's right next to the door that goes up. There's like a few stairs. There's a little combo lock, and then there's doors, and there's a brazier on the side. Create bonfire. Oh yeah. Okay, so that activates. You see the numbers glow,
We're all dead.
and you can try to activate the combo.
All right. Okay. 4, 2,
42,
9,
3.
3.
Good job. All right. It's pretty simple. You push the numbers in sequence, and the gate kind of like opens, and this rush of fresh air kind of comes through and cleanses this dank, deep, earthy smell that's about you. And it both smells good and strange to you at the same time. It's the first bit of fresh air that you've had since you've been down there. So that's nice and different, but at the same time, it doesn't quite smell the same as it used to. It doesn't have that refreshing, it doesn't wash the stink of whatever it is that is about you off from yourself. As you walk out onto the grassy plains, you see nothing around you, but in the distance you see a rocky mesa, and then in the far distance you do see the tip of a stone tower far away as a shadow, and a light that is lit like a beacon at the top of it, and another one that is circling the outside a little more than midway up. And that seems to be your destination as you head north. And that is how we're going to end it.
Dang it.
I don't remember her being such a cold bitch.
She's not right in the head. This is not Baba. This is
Definitely not.
Mirror
This is-
Bizarro Baba.
Super weird.
Who knows? Maybe there's some secrets here to deal with. Maybe she's got a sordid past.
She's fucking evil. is what
Mirta
it
saw
sounds
a
like.
different version of her in the mirror, so who knows? But
But I saw the familiar version, which should have been comforting, but then she's also dead. Is she an imposter? Is it not really her at all?
you
God,
surmise
the apologies potion.
you surmise from your like I would give this to you. You surmise from your engagement with her and from the vision and when you came back that this is the vampire version that you were involved with in your past timeline, in your alternate reality. This is the person that you had dealings with. Just Ked, what are you doing? Just Ked has given us 1,500 bits today. I feel like there should be an equate to Chrono Deviants here. I would say 3.
Probably.
I would say 3.
Okay,
1,
yeah.
2, 3. We're at
That sounds
32
great.
Chrono Deviants. We typically only count subs, but I think that's
I
like
said this counts.
$15, right? So like it's $5 for a sub. So there you go. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. And make me gasp when you ended the game. Oh, good. Yes. Good. That's what we aim to do. So any questions, any follow-up, any things that you guys want table talk and stuff like you guys any clarification on? We're going to be off next week and then we're going to pick up the week after, I believe. Is everybody good for that?
Yeah.
We are? We're off.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going on vacation.
remember?
I'm going to be
that's
gone
what it
that
was.
weekend,
Yeah,
the 4th of July weekend. So,
Got it. Yeah. I remember.
I don't know what this
So-
4th of July bullshit is, but it's Canada Day next Friday.
Well,
Isn't that
obviously,
July 1st?
that's what I'm doing.
July 1st is Canada Day,
yeah.
right?
July 1st.
Yeah.
So what is today?
So
Today's the
today
24th.
is the
24th?
24th.
24th. So I am.
We're going to be playing at the 8th of July.
Wait.
Yeah, because next Friday is the 1st.
I was in July. I'm like, why is this wrong? And I'm looking at it,
Oh,
like
yeah.
freaking out. I'm like, oh no. Yes. So the 30th and the 1st, I'm off and I'm leaving, and I'm back on the 4th. So the 8th is the next game that we'll have.
Okay.
So
got
July
it.
8th.
Okay.
Is everybody good for that? If you're not,
Yeah,
you can let me
that
know.
works.
It's not a big deal. We can work around it. But we're getting into the meat
Works
of
for
things
me.
now. So I'd like
Pretty
to
sure.
It'll be
keep
pretty much
schedule.
good for all of July, actually.
just
on the
CAD.
first then-
Thank you. What's that?
On the 1st then, do all 3 of us want to just play games without lunch? D&D group?
It's
Can you
fucked
just
up.
do that night?
I mean, you
It'll
can
be
play
fine.
too, but you usually
No,
won't
I'm
know
gonna be on a cruise. So
exactly why you want to jump on. and
It's
play.
so fun though.
I mean,
Just
I
use
do have the internet
hotspot.
package, and I will have my Switch, but so you guys are awesome.
That's up to you guys. We'll talk
See 'em
about
on-
it in the D&D group.
Okay.
See 'em
So,
on a
any
video,
questions?
just, like,
Any
swinging.
questions, any follow-up?
No, I don't.
What the fuck is the baby? I kept forgetting to ask Baba if she knew anything about this baby.
It's obviously Groot.
Is it a baby
Obviously.
of the mother tree
obviously.
or something?
So
Like-
for your information, we'll get to this, but like what I've done is I allowed you guys to do a you could do whatever you wanted,
So many,
and it was
so many
up to
things.
you. And I'm glad that you told me so that I could like add to it, because it was like, oh shit, this plays perfectly into what I already had planned. It's fine. It's awesome. So we've got a lot of things to work with here, but these are possible futures for your character in this game
I don't want any.
with a I'm a nasty genie twist. So you're gonna get what you asked for, but you might get it in a different way.
What the fuck are you doing with Finn?
So there you
I'm
go.
mad about that.
I don't know. What am I doing with Finn? Is he
I
just someone who
don't
happens
know.
to have the same name?
Have we met Finn before?
No,
Oh,
The
okay.
fox,
if not.
you've seen it before
Oh, okay.
as a fox, not the fighter.
Right.
No, yeah,
The
I
fighter
thought he meant
sounds-
the fighter. I thought was somebody we've met before. I'm like, I don't remember a Finn.
I like that
my-
Sophie is no longer an elk; it's an actual being.
So you would remember that Zophi is not just an elk. That is one of its many forms
Yeah.
as your patron.
The patron.
And that is
Yeah.
just
I'm saying as me realizing
right.
that looks pretty bad.
Dude,
You kept
I'm not
saying
gonna lie.
Zophi, and I was like, who's Zophi? And then I realized
That was your patron. I think you called him
Well,
something else. And we called
slightly
him Moon
differently.
Bear for a minute.
I
Oh,
I
yeah.
called him as Zophi.
Zophi.
And then
so like it's been
with an E at the
changed
beginning.
and
Yeah.
this world is like, it's adjusted, and it seems that your patron has found you through hunting you
It
down.
just took me too long to realize. I was like, because you kept being like, oh, this name's bringing you joy and comfort, and I was like,
Mhm.
why? And I was like, oh,
Cuz
I get it.
patron.
He changed
now
the name of the patron
So-
a little bit.
It's like, in different cultures, this if you can translate or you can locate like an approximation of the god, the same god, goddesses, whatever, in different cultures, and they have the same background history and stuff, and they have the same stories. It's very weird if you look back into it, and it's like even like the Christ story. The Christ is like a distillation of like 300 different gods through the course of Sumerian and Egyptian and Mesopotamian gods that all have the same things crammed into them, and they predate him by thousands of years. So it's like, oh, okay, well, they were
That's
just,
a better
you know,
explanation.
it's kind of like
I was
that's what's
gonna-
going on.
I was gonna say it's kind of like Shang-Chi changing his name to Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, that's something.
Just a little bit different. No one's ever gonna know.
Oh, you're Odin?
I
We
was,
just gonna call you Otis? Cool.
I was
So-
really hoping the fighter that we're looking for was going to be like Driswold. It'd be so
Don't-
funny. It's just this guy in like his underwear. on the fighting ring.
Griswold, the Beastmaster.
And
He
we
doesn't
can still pick
talk.
'em up. We didn't
doesn't
agree
talk, he doesn't
that
wear
it would be a
armor.
good
God.
fighter.
Now you're giving me ideas. So
Instead of fighter. Right, yeah.
it's great. No, I like it. Well, if you guys have any questions or anything else that you need to ask, or you want to ask things about your character, or you want to flesh things out or whatever, you know where to reach me. Hit me up on DMs.
There's nothing we need to prep for the next session, right?
Nothing you guys need. No, this was like a kind of a. I'm not going to try to do that to you too often, but I thought it was fun to have you guys engage with
I liked
the
it.
story
I thought it was
building,
fun.
and
I
I thought
liked
it
it.
was fun for you guys. And if you like that, we can do more of it.
This is the only time I liked homework.
Good.
Yeah. For real.
And every
no,
one
I-
of you got me something.
Homework.
I know that Teague was like the last one to give me to me, but like you guys are so timid, like, oh, I don't know if this is good enough or whatever. And I'm like, this is awesome. It's great. So I
Yeah,
was really
I didn't
glad
think
of you
you
guys'
could do-
participation.
Yeah, that was intense. I was like, I don't know what you want to do, and you're like, you can do all three. I'm like,
You can do whatever you want.
all right.
Yeah. I mean, it was literally like whatever you want, you can make it happen. And whatever you chose was it. So if you gave me more, you got more. If you gave me less, you got less. And it's whatever, but there will be another opportunity. But now you know. So if I ask you again, you can be like, well, what about this? And then who knows what's going to happen?
Oh god, I'm not stressed. You're stressed. Okay.
You're not stressed. I'm stressed. No.
All right.
No, you guys have been great to run. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here and hanging out. And I had a good time. Did you have a good time?
That was super good.
I'm a little annoyed.
Always look forward to this.
You're annoying.
Why?
Why are you annoyed?
Not with you, just
Oh,
with
okay.
Mr. Sky.
Oh.
Fucking pulling bullshit.
Well, I mean, you guys got 22 days to come back and circle back and see what's up.
I'll see you on the 8th.
I'm gonna
All
stink
right. Yeah, we'll be back on the 8th. I'm going to go ahead and close down the chat here, and then I want to talk to Stream for a minute, and then I will let you guys go. Talk to you later. Have a good
Bye.
night.
Bye,
Have a good
Stream.
weekend.
Bye.
See you later. And it's just us. Oh, I still have my camera on. Hold on. Get off here. Get off. You're supposed to go away. This is silly pants. McGee, where'd you go? I am not a llama. Just kidding. All right, cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I appreciate you guys being here. It looked like we got a raid from Shenanigans. Appreciated that. That was nice. Saw a lot of first time chatters in here. I appreciate you guys coming in here. I know it's D&D. It's a little bit different content. It's not as interactive. Just Cat, I appreciate you being here. It means a lot whenever folks come in here and hang out and enjoy D&D. You know, it's not for everybody. It's not for all audiences, and I have a lot of fun with it, and it's been a great way for me to express myself and other people to do the same. And that's been really a fun experience. I really like running this group of 3. Most people will run a group of 5. I do have at some point a one-shot coming up for 8-Bit D as a there was an incentive that they met for in May for a charity for Game On and Lupus, and they met it, and so I will be running a one-shot game for them. I don't know who the party's going to be, but it's going to be a little bit bigger, and so we got to figure some things out for that. So I'm just waiting for them to reach out to me and figure things out for that stream event, whenever that will be. And what? Just can what? What is the ellipsis for? Is it good or bad? I think it's good. I don't know. You know, something I really don't like about something that Twitch changed recently was that the friends part, because like usually I go look at my friends list to see who is online and who I can raid. And they took that away from us. So it's like, oh, that stinks. You know, I can go to like who I'm following and stuff. That's cool. I usually have a few people that are great. Oh, you know what? I don't know if they're done yet, but they rated us last week, and I think that this is perfect for us to do. Let's go ahead and get the raid going, and then I'll finish up hanging out with you guys. Boop. Let's get the raid message going so we can copy and paste that a couple times when we get in there. We're gonna go hang out with VI Peachy. I love VI Peachy. Super cool human. Doing a dating sim with KFC Colonel Sanders. I played it a while back. It's a hilarious game. But I think they're taking it a little more seriously than I have. So can I see your shirt? Yes, it is the Golden Girls as the Ninja Turtles. It's one of those, hey, Instagram got me. Yep. It's hilarious. I can't remember the website that I bought it off of, but the gamble you make with one of those things is that you buy these shirts and then they don't last very long, and that sucks. It really sucks. So this has lasted longer than most. So I would say I've washed this about 20 times, but it's starting to show its age, I guess. It's starting to deteriorate a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what sucks, but it's all good. I have that one. Wait, really? You have it in a coffee cup? That's awesome. So I don't even remember where I got it. I just saw it on one of those Facebook, Instagram ads, and it takes a lot for me to jump into that. But something like this unique and creative, I was like, yeah, I've got to have this. So I'm really into it. It just mixes two amazing things from my childhood up, and I was just so thrilled to get it. So, all right, let's get this. I bought it immediately. Right? You had to, right? Sometimes I see stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, I don't care if this is Redbubble. I don't care where it's from. I don't care if I'm getting the legit shit. I want it. This has to happen. Wait, my shirt? Okay, hold on. It's the Golden Girls as the Ninja Turtles. Thank you for being a friend. I get commented on it like at least once a day when I wear it. When I go out to like a grocery store or a gas station or something like that. It's a lot of fun. So, okay. I am debating on whether or not to stream. I don't have a schedule right now. So Fridays are the only scheduled streams. Next week we will be off because I'm going to be on vacation. Week after that we'll be back on. Every Friday is D&D. This time 6 p.m. Mountain Standard or Pacific Standard Time. I may do an art stream or a Raid Shadow Legends stream. I did get hit up for a sponsorship for that. So if I can get that situated by tomorrow, I might do one this weekend. That money will probably go directly to my kids' college fund. So, because we just had to get our car. Anyway, that may be happening. So stay tuned. If you're not part of the Discord, !Discord will get you a whisper invite to the Discord. so you can keep up with whenever I go live. I also go tweet live whenever I go on Twitter, so follow me on Twitter. Anyway, VIPG coming up in a few seconds. Let's go say hi. Let's get that copy and paste that pizza message. You guys have a good one. I'll see you maybe this weekend or in a couple weeks. Take it easy. Bye.